It's in this one. I'm going to be doing my updated top 10 tier list here on Dragon Ball Legends for the part 1 of the 6-year anniversary. We did just get the new Goku and Vegetas for their respective fusion variants. Of course, the Gogeta Blue and the Super Vegito, also alongside a 1% Fury Broly and a 1% Shin. I have used them quite a bit these last couple of days. You know, this is going to be initial take tier list. We're like 3-4 days into the 6-year list. Is definitely moving. It's definitely moving. There's a lot of new things being implemented into the meta. Returning characters, a lot of tags kind of being diversified, but nothing really toxic in a sense of like what Gohan was providing for the meta previously, or even Super 17, or even Golden Frieza. Those teams are kind of being expanded on, there's a lot of teams and units being put into check, right? So we are going to be discussing everything in this video. Make sure to drop a like before we do jump in, because it is extremely appreciated. I'm uploading every single day. We're going to try to get this video to 300 likes on a tier list, man. It takes a literal second. As well, subscribe if you guys are new, because I upload every single day. But yeah, there's a lot to talk about in terms of where the meta is going. They've also continued Proud Mode for this season. I'm not sure if that's like a permanent change, but they're definitely continuing the, you know, that's just going to diversify teams even further, right? So I'll be taking everything into consideration, whether that's individually, the meta, the colors, and a bit of the Proud Mode value. So for the top 10 placement, there's a particular unit that I am thinking of right now that just gained incredible amounts of value, which is going to be the Goku and Bardock, because simply they have a one-of-one indestructible mechanic. It's very similar to how Frieza has the counter revival mechanic. It's a one-of-one in the game. It's not actually considered a revival, but with the way that Super Vegito nullifies or guarantees a rising rush for endurance characters and every other regular character in the game, having that sort of protection, or even just a revival in general, I will still say is quite valuable, although he does have anti-revival mechanics as well. But these guys right here, not only do they fit on some of the best teams, Goku and Vegeta are considered Sun Family. And so these guys right here, they all have the same tags, right? They're all Sun Family. So the Goku side, the colors are actually really good synergistically with the fusions. They just diversified the Sans tag, the Sun Family tag. And, you know, they could be multiple Zenkai buffs. And I think that's what Goku and Bardock was missing, really, was just to have a kind of... They're like a glue unit, very similar to how Goku and Frieza needed to be juiced for them to really cook. Not only are they returning simply for the fact of that rush protection, but they're able to kind of cook defensively, offensively, again, because you can rock multiple Zenkai buffers. Super Vegito does provide support for his allies. Gogeta is doing a lot of that meta-relevant, anti-meta relevant stuff, and Goku and Bardock are simply just, you know, they're not insane again, but they're making their great return. And obviously you can argue, you know, every placement on a tier list can be argued from a certain range. I think that this might be their breach back into that lower top 10 realm. There's a couple of units that can be argued honorable mentions. I'll probably talk about that after we do the list here. But yeah, I am definitely valuing them just for like a bunch of different senses. With Super Baby existing, there's a lot of different Saiyans you could run alongside these guys, and they're definitely going to be really valuable right now. So top 10 looks really solid. Number 9 is going to be the Bombku. I think he's in a funny spot because obviously every unit in the top 10 is going to be considered good. And there's only one red unit in the meta right now, which is going to be the Super 17. Maybe you'll run into a Beast Gohan, maybe you'll run into UVB, but realistically, the best defensive unit in the game, other than like Jiren, I mean, Gogeta's really tanky, one of the best defensives, right? Really good durability, sustain, healing, some decent offensive stuff like the green card, the lock-in, etc. But he is obviously seeing his age, which is why he's kind of low on this list. I think this is a fair placement for him, but realistically, he is, you know, defensive units just don't age really well, and they actually fall off a lot faster with how progressive the offensive units that do come out are. So just a lot of damage inflicted, a lot of ramp up, cut pen, etc. Whatever units do drop, defensive units usually typically fall off faster, so they can drop newer variants. But Bombku does seem to be in that weird range, but the color tag does hold him up. GT, I didn't even mention GT here because, you know, they're not getting buffs right now. It's really just Saiyans, Sun Family, and then like leader slot positions, a lot of Zenkai buffers, and it, you know, promotes these kind of new characters and whatnot. but I think they're still, or he is still playing a great role in this game. Number 7, I'll probably show this guy a bit of or at number 8, excuse me. Oh, I was about to jump in ahead of time, but Nappa. I recently had him a bit higher, and I still could. I'd probably see him in the top, like my range would be like 6 through 8, but I'm probably going to have him at 8 right now because a brand new yellow just dropped. Given you could argue the fact that, you know, obviously they can be ran together on Saiyans, that's fine. One's a strike, one's a blast unit. Doesn't really matter all that much when you're Zenkai buffing. A lot of these teams are quite balanced. But Nappa, revival factor as well, you know, it's pretty valuable. You could argue, honestly, I want to have him a bit higher. The unit I'm going to put above, you know, I think you guys are going to respect it a bit more because people love to cope over a certain character. But Nappa Vegeta, just because Gogeta dropped, I do think purples are going to be struggling just a bit more. I could see it in the Frieza, even though Frieza is the best, one of the best units in the game still. And he's going to partner alongside the fusions, or any character really. If you want to throw Frieza on leader slot, doesn't even need any Zenkai buffers to really thrive with how powerful his kit is, the Vanish Restore, the green card cover null, the counter ability, etc. Vegeta has some really great stuff, and even the pre-revival Nappa is insane. But it's really just being purple. I think he's going to take a step back and let this guy, I guess, take his spot. 17 is just utility-wise, still a god, right? Like his tap attacks, tap blast, counter, he just annoyance, AoE ult. His teams don't really, you know, haven't really kept up with the last 2 to 3 meta shifts. It's really hasn't been since, I guess, his initial drop, the Super Zenkai buff setup with the green Gohan here, or even like just pure GT, where he's been like on a top 3 comp or like a top 1 positioning here. He has dropped immensely in value. I don't know if you guys have kept up with my other list, but I've already dropped him. I had Nappa Vegeta above him for some time, but I'm just going to put him in a sense where we need one red character to kind of combat the yellows that are dropping, because there is a couple of yellows in this top 5 range. There's 3 that we're going to add, and he's the only one to kind of put a check into those units, and you have a lot of blues in the meta as well, so it's like just team-wise, overall-wise, he's not a great spot. I'm just going to add 1 position of value for him just for his soul color being red, as well as dropping this Nappa soul color being purple, and that's really just the bottom line of it. Number 6, we have Super Baby 2, arguably number 5 right now. I had him a lot higher previously. I still think he's great. It's just that there's better characters out right now, so he has to drop in value. You know, I'm going to explain this in a second here. Other characters gaining value specifically because of tags, color, it literally plays a enormous role. But Super Baby 2 does give 30% to damage inflicted towards tag Saiyan, or against tag Saiyans to his allies. So having the 2 new fusion cards being Saiyan cards, you know, anyone you partner up with Super Baby, you're going to be doing more damage against the new fusions. He's a great partner for Frieza, for anyone really. If you want to run him on Saiyans, you want to run him on GT, powerful opponents, you name it, right? Even with Super 17, even on odd setups like, you know, Blast, Strike, Blast, could still work with Super Baby. His role is really just a tank disruptor, and he's going to be seeing a lot of value at higher stars, which is why on my previous list, I did have him at number 2 at max stars. So I'm kind of still rating him in a sense of like high stars in this position, because he drops tremendously if he's at like 6, 7 stars. That's where my Super Baby 2 is at, but I have enough experience playing the units, playing the ranks, to know that this guy is not one you should underestimate, especially at higher stars. At lower level, you know, he's just going to take way more damage. He can't do that disrupt tank thing that he wants to do so badly, but he's also still on boost. So like, we're going to see, I feel like these two are, you know, they had their moments, but they're going to have like a unique fall off. I don't know. Super Baby 2 seems really good, just in a sense that right now he is helping support against the new Saiyans. Also, you could run him alongside it. Like a yellow blue comp could be really powerful, but so much diversified teams. Like, there's so many different variants of Sun Family. There's so many different variants of Saiyans. Really, if you want to run PO Saiyans, the Goku Bardock variant, the GT Saiyans, etc. There's so much going on in this meta. Honestly, I want to do this so bad. I really I want to do this so bad. Add Super 17 right here. And I think I just might. I actually had it different. If you guys want to see my initial takes, I upload them on my Twitter. And I did have Super 17 here, but just for this video, I'm thinking about it and I just can't justify it, to be completely honest. Super 17 is just, even against the new fusions, I've seen it. He is just a unit, right? I'm not trying to downplay him, but it's just funny to see how really toxic, powerful characters do fall in terms of like, if his team is not the best, you know, obviously individually the unit is insane, but his teams do not hold him as high as like fusions right now, or movies, Sun Family, Saiyans. Like all of these are just really better teams. To run Super 17, you need to run the Android support, you need to run GT support, you need to run some sort of juice Super Zenkai buff setup to really get this guy defensively and offensively right. Nappa Vegeta, I guess we're going to throw him at 7 here. It's like, you could do this, but this is what I'm changing it to. I don't think it's like the biggest deal in the world. Team-wise as well, Saiyans, revival value, I don't think this is a problem whatsoever. It's still in my range. Super Baby 2, anti-meta. He has been anti-meta for a while. I think he was even better previously just because the fusions weren't out, so he was a little bit more like valuable in terms of, you know, countering Frieza, partnering up with Frieza. Now we have is, you know, the better one right here. But yeah, that's gonna be number 5. We're gonna have UI Goku, and the reason you can do this interchangeable thing as well, I think Super Baby 2 at high stars could be argued higher. I'm gonna give Goku the benefit of the doubt, just being a Sun Family tag, which these two fusions do have, the yellow, yellow, blue. And his offense, his utility is still second to none. The sniping, the gauge, the kind of play style, game field control that he does have is stupendous, but it really is his tags that are thriving, and I do think he gets some subtle value with that, but I don't think there's anything wrong if you want to alternate Super Baby 2 with UI. It's like the same kind of precedent here. Precedent, is that a word? But yeah, this is what I would do. Honestly, I'm going to slap Gohan. I lied. I'm going to slap Golden Frieza at number 4. If you want to have Golden Frieza number 4, number 2, that is also completely fine. Or 4 and 3, excuse me. 4 or 3, I think he can fit on either or placement. Realistically, you are fighting the top characters in the game right now. These are obviously the best units. If you think otherwise, I don't know, maybe just play a little bit more, and you'll kind of see what we are talking about here. But I'm going to throw Gohan at number 2. Previously, Golden Frieza was just dominating the game. Whether you're running him on the best setup with Super Baby 2 and First Form Frieza, so support, tank disrupt, / just Super Frieza juice, that setup was disgusting. Still viable, still powerful, but now you just throw Frieza on leader slot with the fusions, or you want to run movies, or any powerful or leader slot position for Frieza. Like I said, he doesn't even need the Zenkai buffer. The revival, the fact that it's not even considered a revival, and you have that counter ability, is one of the best mechanics in the game. Gohan's auto play, auto use character, I'm putting him above Golden Frieza because of teams, the tags with Sun Family, his synergy with the new fusions, or any variant of them support wise. You could even add a third party character that's not going to be featured in the top 10. Extremely valuable. Said this guy individually, I still think is better than Go Frieza, or on par at me being just nice. I think any unit that literally you don't have to do anything, just AoE green, strike gauge, and counters everything with blue card. The funny thing enough is that these two fusions actually put the meta in check, as well as diversifying teams, right? So new fusion characters, Goku and Bardock is actually back into the meta. Revival Pycon is back in the meta. Can you believe this guy has seen a comeback? We're going to throw him honorable mentions, by the way, right away. I think his revival utility is good. His partnership with the new fusions is going to be great as well, but I'm going to throw him in honorable mentions. And Gohan, yeah, this is, you know, there's a lot of interchangeables, but it has to be in the range. I do think I like Super 17 being an 8 more than 7. Nappa, Vegeta, Revival, Saiyan synergy with all the rest of them. Sun Family just got a massive buff. I'm going to have Gohan above UI. I'm going to have Gohan above Frieza, realistically. Could do this, like I said. Don't get it switched up here, but I just do think that this might be the best team in the game for this. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about the top 1, top 2 characters, and I'm honestly going to do this. I'm going to do this. I think they are absolutely on par. Like, there is no this unit is that much better than the other unit. They're really close. For the people that really want to know, because I know you're like, bro, please just tell me. I need to know which one is summoned. I think Super Vegito individually has that slight edge, bro. That guaranteed rising rush, right? You know, even if you get guessed, you're still going to do the damage. It kills all the units, right? So Gohan is a victim. Units like Frieza is still going to see protection from that, which is really powerful. Nappa is still going to see protection, but guess what? He has anti-revival, so you're getting, what, Dragon Balls, you're getting other buffs. Gogeta Blue, you just chain cards. Chain cards do crazy damage. He is an anti-meta character. Being yellow, he's walling and doing crazy damage to Frieza. He's nullifying the gauge of Gohan and UI Goku, and he's him, right? He has a lot of team options, Sun Family, Saiyans, Fusions, Zenkai Bench, etc. He has just so much going on for himself, as well as the Vegito. I think they're both, you know, obviously in a meta perspective, Vegito's like a Gohan victim, and Gogeta is like super free right now, considering Super 17 was the only red unit in the game. There's a couple of type neutral characters, but Gogeta is also really tanky. I have him at like 7 stars. He's just walling off on certain builds. But this is, I think, what it's going to be: 1A, 1B. Gogeta being the B, because individually I am favoring Vegito, but I think they're basically the same. The fact that I'm not putting Gogeta in his own tier, but yeah, Gogeta at 1B, Gohan 2, Frieza 3, UI 5, Baby 6, Nappa Vegeta 7, 17 8, Bombku 9, Barku 10. It's Godock. I actually named them Godock, but Revival Gogeta on honorable mentions. I'll probably throw a couple here that could see some respect. Fiku, Saiyan, Sun Family, support, Wall. Like, God, this guy is, I don't want to say he's underrated, but he might be underrated, and I honestly respect him a ton. The new Broly is great. Haven't used him too much, but I can honestly see him being in the honorable mentions, as well as Shin. Not really sure too much about Shin, but I've heard some great things about him. I immediately heard some bad things, but then switched up. He's got, like, what, good disrupt, supportive abilities, and whatnot. But it's something like this. If I'd had to go with honorable mentions, people are probably going to be wondering about what's going on with Beast Gohan. Jeez. Beast Gohan, I don't know. Like, this dude, he's not that he sucks. Movies is even in a good place right now. It's just like it's Beast Gohan. I don't even know what's going on with Beast Gohan. Like, I'm just not impressed by him at all. First form still great. Maybe if you want to throw him in honorables, but I don't want to keep my honorables stacked or anything like that, so I'm probably going to wrap it up here. Even MVP was doing great. Honestly, if you want to run Super 17, you need to be running low-key MVP on, like, something, right? The support, the utility that MVP has. He's like his best friend, but he's fallen down quite a bit here. There's a lot of green going on. Gohan is a lot more viable than he was previously. The reason, like, a lot of color shifts, a lot of units kind of alternating placements. Frieza was dominating, like, still dominating, but he was dominating to the point where a lot of characters, even Gohan, he's just strong individually, so he's going to keep up, but he could snipe Gohan with ease. He could snipe any character with ease, especially in a type neutral instance. And now, Gohan is, you know, just more present because Frieza's being put in check. So you're going to be running into Gohan. You know, there's an argument for everything to be made here. Gohan's still a victim to Vegeta's rush mechanic. Frieza has the revival protection, but is being checked by Gogeta, right? And then we do have the gauge units being checked by Gogeta. And then everyone kind of partners up because everyone here is Sun Family, Saiyan. So everybody here can be either ran on a Saiyan's team, Proud mode, regular mode, Sun Family, Leader Slot exists, powerful opponents, you name it. There's so much going on here. I'm glad that this guy made a resurgence. Fiku good. But that's going to be the list right there. You guys kind of get what I'm saying. There's not really much to, you know, it's a very, you know, is what it is. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the very next one. Stay frosty. I'm out. Up all night, so you don't wanna wait on me. I'm about to catch my